Good, good. Here's your lesson plan.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Completely Normal. Today we will be doing more things in a completely normal fashion. Before we get around and say hello to everyone, please take a moment to check out all of the links that the bot is currently spamming at you. In there is all of our social links, all the places you can find us online and support us, all of our sponsor information. Big thank you to Mage Hand Press and Bird and the Storm Publishing who make this all possible. Also, there's a whole bunch of websites where we get 10 to 15% discount, and also there is the tweet there as well. Please retweet the tweet because it really does help us out. Sammy, would you like to do introductions, or should I carry on and do introductions? I will carry on then. We'll end with you then, Sammy, in that case, and we'll start with Ray at Witherbrook.
Oh, hi. I'm with a brick. I'm Ray. I play Carmen Jane, a private investigator who was on vacation, and now she's had her past come to haunt her, and we're being stalked by little girls and all this other completely normal stuff that's going on, apparently. So, very excited to see what this week has in store.
Fantastic. I also am excited. Next around, we have Wild Engineer.
Hello, yes, I'm Wild Engineer, and I am playing Lionel, a friendly neighborhood butcher who now, since there's no second body, has been completely absolved of all his sins and is now everyone's best friend.
That's almost exactly how that doesn't work. Next around, we have Anikster.
Hello, it's Anikster, or Anik, playing Thalia, the adorable teenager who is totally not about to die in a haunted camp, who will be friends with Lionel if he brings her everything she needs for her rituals. Who always does her homework on time.
Just gonna brush that under the carpet and move straight on to Vicky at QEV.
Now I need to come up with something as well. No, my brain is too tired on that. I am Vicky, I'm QTV. I'm playing Crystal, the elderly, not really elderly, mid-20 years old, if that's elderly, aunt from Dear Talia. And I'm hoping to get my niece back soon. So since I don't know where she's at, I just hope she's safe in the woods.
I'm sure it'll be totally fine. I play Scott Smith, actual good guy and action hero. Sammy, hi!
Oh, hi. I'm Smallish Sam. I play myself. I play the narrator, I guess. Sure. But yeah, let's just jump right in. If that recap works, we'll see. But there we go. Last we left off, I believe that Scott, Crystal, and Carmen had successfully navigated out of the woods.
You're mistaking
Sorry,
Wild for
I'm sorry.
Scott.
Loinel, Crystal, and Carmen. And I'm going to fast forward a little bit to where Scott and Talia have also gotten out of the woods, and everybody presumably will have met up in the butcher shop, having collected all the supplies they need for the seance. And that is where we will begin the episode.
If absolutely everything?
Yes.
So standard question. Day, time, weather conditions, light, dark.
It's a couple hours past when we last left off.
Which was nighttime, so it's still dark out?
Yes.
So you sure this is gonna help, Talia?
No, I'm not. I never promised it would help. I offered. No guarantees.
So,
Go on.
I was just going to ask Talia, so do we have a purpose in this, or is this something that you kind of have to do?
Sorry, many wild animals and completely normal.
We are in the woods after all.
Butcher shop, but yes. You always have stray dogs begging for scraps.
Yes.
Which is
Especially
exactly
near towns.
Which is exactly what mine are doing right now, begging for scraps. So, you know. Role playing. No, as for setting things up and the actual chanting, that would probably have to be me, but I think we're all involved in this, so I would like everyone here. And also, we sort of talked about combining items before. I'm not entirely sure what I'm trying to contact, but I think it would help if we had items we know have to do with E for in the middle of my little circle. So I have her permanent record. I think we have a few other things. I believe Lionel has a note or a cookbook. Those, like, the more personal items you have of what you're trying to summon, the better.
I would, when we're back at the store, quickly just have a look at the book, the Alice in Wonderland book that Mark dropped, just to see if her name is in there as well.
No.
Okay.
Just a standard book.
I will not add it to the pile.
and I think I still have the photo of her with the parents. So I'll kind of take that out of my pocket and put that in the center as well.
Are we just gonna try and summon E, or is there anyone else we're looking to?
I figured if we start by asking E, and then if we get nothing, you can always open it up. But it's harder to start general and then narrowing it down. Because if you just do a general call out, you've absolutely no idea what could happen. I mean, we might even, I don't even know if Mark's still dead because we didn't find his corpse anymore. How's your back, by the way?
I don't know. Do any of you want to check?
Who checked it last time? They'd know what to look for. I didn't see it.
Crystal was the expert.
What? Should we check?
Sure. I mean, the corpses are gone. What if the scars are gone?
Well,
Right.
Lionel, how do you feel? Maybe you even just feel it, but I would say just looking if the scars are there, if you're more comfortable, Scott could look as well. However you like.
I mean, I think I feel fine. Do I feel fine, Sam? Yeah, I mean, if they're there, I guess I'm not noticing them.
Can I just, because I know my niece will not let it go until someone looks.
You know me so well.
Just stand behind Lionel. I'm sorry, you know Talia will bug one of us to check. I will just pull the back of his shirt a bit back, just looking, because it was quite big. So I think it's easy to see if there's any kind of scar still there or not.
Yeah, and you don't see any scars.
No scars left. Giving Lionel a clap on the back. You're good as new, as it seems.
So yeah, maybe that whole thing was just some weird. I don't even know.
Oh, maybe we'll either. Like while we were walking back to town, I was thinking, and while we were here, I was doodling a little. Maybe this means we've returned to the original timeline where you didn't get killed by E in the alleyway. For now, though, if someone, or more than one someone, whichever works for you, could set up the candles we have in a circle. I need to start burning some cedar and cleansing the space best I can.
I will set up the candles. I think at least that far my knowledge should be how everything should be set up.
Talia, is there anything that we should be aware of as we're going into this? Like, there any
Guns don't work.
All
Step
right.
one.
There anything dangerous we can do?
You could get distracted. Say we're in this seance and I'm trying to summon E, and you suddenly focus on another dead person whose spirit could come through. You might... I mean, I will be trying to prevent this, but try not to let outside influences in too much.
Speaking of dead bodies and spirits, we don't have a dead body in the butcher shop anymore, do we?
No, apparently.
No, it
Okay.
disappeared. Almost like it never happened.
So we shouldn't think of dead Lionel, dead Mark. We shouldn't think about possible exes that we may or may not be related to, or any other dead people that we can think of.
Unless you desperately want them to come through, I would much prefer... It would help me try and keep this ritual moving smoothly to focus on E for as long as she's the one we're trying to summon. We can always try and summon your grandmother some other time, but...
When we do this, is there any way that they can hurt us?
if you're very unlucky, possession is an option. Or something similar that happened to Loinel, where you get scars from things that you don't remember happening. But in as far as those are a risk, it seems to be just being in this town puts us at risk for those things. So I'm actually less concerned about those things than I am normally.
Alright. That's fine. This is fine. Everything's fine. Don't think about anyone else. Got it.
Stay focused. Keep breathing. If he does come through and he scares you, try not to be too intimidated. And once we form the circle, don't break the circle. Whatever you do.
Wait, what happens if we break the circle?
Don't break the circle. I'm gonna start putting down salt in places I need it.
He's got just like scratching his head, looking generally nervous. We're not like summoning Satan or anything like that, are we?
Oh god, no, I'm not powerful enough for him yet.
Yet?
Yeah, Talia saunters after she says that.
Oh, what condition are we in? Have we like eaten in anything before we started doing this?
I imagine Loinel, Carmen, and Crystal would have at least eaten a little bit. Probably when you guys were talking to Alba, I assume you guys probably had some food at some point.
We all had a good rest.
I don't think so. I mean, you had a good rest last night, but it's been about 20. Well,
no, we fell asleep in the forest. We all fell asleep in the forest.
I didn't.
No
I didn't sleep.
In the forest. So yeah, you guys are all so you guys are all tired. Scott and Talia are probably a little hungry, but the other three you guys are fine in terms of that.
I'll be happy to.
Talia might be a little bit thirsty as well. Not sure.
Talia's always thirsty.
It's always thirsty, but I do have a lot of drinks in my backpack.
I think
I raided the grocery store before we left, remember?
I could imagine.
Before the girl with the knife came after us, I raided everything in the cooler. Cool.
Oh, is that stuff still around?
And
I don't know. Is that stuff still around, Sammy? Yeah.
Aunt Crystal would have made sure that when Talia came back, she A, got something to drink, and B, got like a sandwich or something like that. Just bread with something on it, just at least like...
I was gonna say, I don't even remember to eat. My aunt remembers that I have to eat.
And probably would ask around if anyone else would like, and I would have asked Lionel first if it's okay that raid his fridge.
Okay, so then you guys are all tired, but your tummies are happy.
Yeah. Hardest way of life, man.
And so...
Don't think Scott ate much, just picked at it, even though he's hungry.
Yeah, I also imagine Scott's more used to not eating very much as well. He can probably go a little bit longer without eating than the rest of the people.
That's not the reason why he didn't eat, but sure, let's go with it.
I know. That's why. I know that's not the reason. I'm just saying, I think he's okay not having eaten much.
Okay.
Unless if you don't want him to be okay, I'm fine.
No. He just wouldn't have eaten much. I'm not. I'm not trying to impose some sort of disadvantage on myself. I'm just.
No, it's okay. I mean, I'll give you. We can give you double disadvantage if you want.
I mean, I wasn't.
Super disadvantage.
What have I done? Not like this.
And that's the end of Scott. And so, as you all get ready and probably dim the lights or turn off the lights, and so you have the glow of the candlelight as Talia's putting the salt around what is everybody else doing?
I imagine Carmen would be like trying to stretch, like taking off her jacket, taking off her holsters, kind of setting them like on the counter, and just like walking around, kind of, stretching out her arms, stretching out her legs, trying to limber up for this experience because she doesn't know what is about to happen. So I feel like she's just kind of like off in the corner doing her own thing while Talia's preparing the sacred circle.
I think when we rejoined the group, Scott will have reacquired his 9mm from Talia, and it's time to maintain that pistol. So he'll be taking that apart, just giving it a little bit of a clean, getting the old wire brush in there.
Okay.
Normally this would restore some sanity, but I think he's actually at max sanity.
Okay. What
think-
about the others?
Lionel is just kind of he's nervous about the whole thing. He's not too happy about the last experience he had with the ghost, so he's probably just like trying to put his mind off of it by like prepping food that he can cook later.
I'm actually not at max sanity. I'm 6 off of max, so I could restore some sanity if that's cool with the keeper. How do we do that again?
Go ahead and roll me a sanity check. No. Oh, sorry.
What happens?
Nothing. You don't get any.
Okay. I thought
Yeah,
it was
no,
like
nothing.
roll a d10 for healing. You lose d10.
Yeah, you lose 11 sanity now. Sorry. But no, I'm just kidding, by the way. Okay. And is Crystal doing anything?
After she set everything up, she would try to relax. You would see her probably rubbing her arm with her tattoo quite a bit, just trying to focus a bit, preparing for what is to come.
Okay. So I would like Talia to roll me an occult check. And if everybody else can roll me, actually, I'll see. Let me look at the results of this first.
It looks like my Zoom has frozen again. Zoom's been a real pig recently. 2 seconds, guys. I'm going to quickly restart Zoom. It might... no, we'll see what happens. I might end up... I think, yeah, it's going to be a new meeting, so the cameras will be a bit messed up. I'm really sorry. I've been having some real troubles with Zoom. I need to get back in contact with them again. Give us 2 seconds.
Okay.
Really sorry about this, guys. You can tell it's really, really broken because it's still stuck on the screen. So I'm just doing the old task manager hard out because it seems it's messing up quite a bit. There we go. Really sorry about this. I need to get back in contact with Zoom. I do pay a subscription, so it should be working fine, but for some reason we're just having all sorts of issues with it. So yeah, hopefully everyone will be back in. Sorry for the giant pieces of my face that you can see. And we'll move everyone around as they get back in. Really sorry about this.
No worries.
Hello again.
Welcome back.
Hello.
Very
It's like
sorry
I
about
never
that,
left.
everyone. Let's see where you all land when Sammy gets back in.
Momo, ga eens aan de kant. Kom op.
Oh, use the time. I will be right back.
Yeah, no problem. Sorry about that. Very sorry, Sam.
No, it's okay.
I'm going to get back in contact with the engineers today and see if we can get something in place to try and get a fix out. Okay. We're all back in the right place. Well, were we waiting on an occult roll or something like that?
Yeah, sorry, I'm also trying to get my dogs to settle. People are still shooting off fireworks here.
My bad. Sorry, I was just
And they really don't like it. So I'm trying to get them to go back to sleep.
totally valid. Totally valid. Poor pups.
Yeah, it's May. Why are people shooting off fireworks? Anyway, at least one of them's in bed. I will do the occult roll. It was a very close one.
Barely successful.
Barely a success is still a success.
Yes. Can I get everybody else to roll Constitution checks for me?
That's not worrisome at all.
Can I use my reroll on that, please?
Yeah, you can use your reroll.
Sure thing.
Which makes it so much better.
A whole 3 better.
Yep. It's worth a try.
No, yes, this is definitely. So, Talia, how does this work? Show me what it looks like as you complete your ritual.
Well, there's the setup part. Crystal helped with the candles in the right place, and I begin casting the circle, which is basically calling to each guardian at every cardinal direction. And once your circle is complete, you invite the participants to the seance into the circle. No need to hold hands. That's only in the movies. That's not a prerequisite. But if you want to hold hands, it's also not forbidden. You can if you want to. It's not a requirement. But inside the circle is a smaller circle where we have the personal items of E that we're hopefully going to call to us. I'm not sure if I should be mentioning this because it very much feels like handing knives to my DM, but in the spirit of honesty, I am skipping over a small part of the ritual because you're supposed to invite people into the circle in perfect trust, and I do not perfectly trust everyone, so I'm generalizing that part of the prayer. Even though I feel bad about it, I kind of need to. And when everyone's inside the circle that's been hallowed, I would invite people to start focusing on the spirit we're trying to summon. And once I have... I need to look around the circle, see if people are, like, tentative or worried. I mean, everyone's worried. Never mind. Everyone's worried. If I have an idea that people are really not paying attention, that would be far worse than being nervous. If I have the feeling everyone's on board, I would very basically just try and simply speak to E, and I'd basically be, I'm very sorry, I don't know your full name to call you by, but I would like to speak to E, the blonde girl that has contacted me previously, that has visited me and others in this circle, and I would like to connect and offer aid, if so desired.
And as you do this, the candles go out. And you feel a cold wind rush through the room.
I'd like to say out loud to others, this is fine, temperature changes are completely expected.
Just physically, Scott has his arms crossed, he's gripping his biceps uncomfortably, he's looking around at everyone to see if they're doing this, and the whole time, you can almost see on his face, he's like, think about E, don't think about Satan, think about E, don't think about Satan, think about E.
He's probably saying it out loud too, like muttering it just a little bit. Like he's so concentrated that he doesn't really...
Think about E. Don't think about Satan. Don't think about Mark either. Think about Satan. No. Think about E. Think about E.
And as the wind rushes through, Carmen, you notice a picture comes into your hand, or a piece of paper comes into your hand, and it is a picture of you and Oliver. And it's a picture that you know he kept in his wallet. On the back, it says, "Hello, Spitfire. You may ask 3 yes or no questions."
Does everyone else at this point see me holding the paper, or do I only see this piece of paper?
So if you hold it out, they will all see it.
Okay, so I'm not going to say anything because I don't know if that'll break whatever ritual is going on, but I'm just going to kind of show it and turn it around so everyone can also see what it says. And then just kind of go, what should I ask? And I'm going to take the picture again and kind of just close my eyes. Who?
Yes or no
Killed you?
questions. No, yes or no questions. Focus. Yes or no.
Okay.
Like with a Ouija board. Yes or no.
Okay.
Ask if she needs help.
Do you need help?
Muted.
Thank you.
Just building
And-
tension.
Yep. In that same handwriting, same ink, right below that on the picture, it says no. And you can see it being like written out, right? So you can see as each letter is being formed.
Is she the one keeping us here?
Is she the one who is keeping us here?
If you asked, are you the one keeping us
Or you? I don't know if that counts as a two-part question.
here?
Again.
Swerve!
You, at this point, you all can see her hands like trembling as she like holds the picture. She's terrified.
And again, you see the letters form. And it again says no. And then the no gets scratched out. And it says yes.
You hear a click of the safety on Scott's gun.
I have one more question. Can we trust Loinel?
I feel attacked.
I'm just hoping at this point that this will answer.
And again, it says yes. And with that, you feel the paper heat up as a green flame envelops the paper and it disappears.
When
No
the
trace of it there.
when the green flame appears, Scott takes a step back. He doesn't break the circle, but he's like, "Ugh."
And with that, you are left. The temperature rises a little bit, and it is still dark as in your ear, Carmen, you hear, I love you, Spitfire. And then everything kind of dissipates.
Don't move for a second. I'd like to cleanse the space before we break the circle. And I'll finish up properly, not to let anything worse than E through or escape. Takes a few minutes. Not very exciting. Mainly involves burning things. As
Okay.
everything seems to involve burning things in this place, it feels very fitting.
Scott stays in the circle, but he thinks we're done, so his mind starts going all over the place. He starts thinking about everything he shouldn't have been thinking about.
Linnell looks at Carmen and goes, "What the hell?"
Hey, I figured if I had a question to ask, I would just ask a question so that everyone could know the answer and we could finally not worry about at least you being a person to deal with in this whole thing. I didn't know what else to ask, to be really honest. I kind of panicked.
It did get a little weird when we found your corpse and then we didn't.
Alright. I mean, I guess at least now we know it was just some weird ghost messing around with me.
A ghost who doesn't seem sure if she's the one keeping us here. Or she is, because it was technically a two-part question. Ooh, I wonder who the other she was.
Well, I don't know if it's good or bad that the ghost trusts me, but you got your answer.
Well, technically she asked if we could trust you, not if she trusted you, so... benefit of the doubt, I guess? I mean, who can we really trust in general anyway?
Well, at least I think Carmen did quite good on the questions. Thank you so much for keeping it also together, because I know, at least for most of you, it's freaky. Looking at Scott. You can breathe.
How is Scott?
Scott, breathe. Take a deep breath.
Were you muttering about Satan?
And
I told
was
you not to.
doing exactly what you said. I was thinking about E, not thinking about Satan.
Okay.
Does Scott need to make a sanity check?
Yes, Scott does.
Oh.
Also, if Carmen can make me a sanity check as well.
Talia's doing a victory dance. This is the most successful seance she's ever run. Like, on her own, right? Like, the first time you're allowed to do something by yourself and it works. While the rest of you are going down, apparently. Oh my god, guys.
Oh no.
Can you each take 4 sanity damage, please?
It went so well.
I'm
Can I ask-
surprised, actually, at how successful this seance was, considering we're in Cthulhu and everything.
Wait, should we all be taking
Cthulhu
sanity?
does a
checks?
lot with spells and seances and things. Like, I'm just pleased no tentacles came through. That's really what I was worried about.
Yep.
No, only Carmen and Scott needed to take the sanity damage.
They
And
were
what
the
you
only
gonna-
ones appropriately freaked out. Can I talk to Carmen for a second? Like, just, like, call Carmen over to help me clean up something?
She'll kind of walk over.
So I'm just gonna hand you half-burnt candles to put away and just sort of go like, so, when you showed the note, Spitfire?
Yeah, that was what Oliver used to call me. It was kind of like his pet name. It's how I knew it was him, you know, I guess. Haven't heard it in a really long time though, so it was a little weird, especially in that circumstance.
So we either tried to summon E and got Oliver even though we're not sure he's dead anymore,
Right.
or E knows the nickname Oliver had for you.
I don't know. To be really honest, how would E know? Is my first question to that. If E is a little girl or the spirit of a little girl, then how would that have any translation to a grown man? You know what I mean? Especially spirit-wise, if they are both
Yeah.
now spirit.
Maybe? On the other hand, we know E's parents are separated. We know her middle name starts with an A, and it's something has to do with Amelia. I'm still wondering if did Oliver and Amelia have children before you had an affair and a child with him? I'm sorry if this is very rude, but I really need to get out of this town, so I'm just gonna ask everything that comes into mind.
I, to be really honest, didn't know. I only met with Amelia outside of her home, and she never mentioned having children.
It wasn't in her briefing.
No, there was no mention of children. That's why I think when I had originally told Oliver, he ran away. I think he never really wanted kids to begin with. And I think the thought of that, plus the thought that it wasn't with his wife, kind of really scared him. But I wouldn't have any idea if E's related to him in that way at all, to be fairly honest.
Well, her last initial doesn't add up with what you told me his last name was. I'm really grasping at straws here.
No, I understand. It doesn't make sense to me either.
As great as that seance was for me, I get that it was horrible for you. As great as that seance was for me, I would really like it if something started to make at least a little bit of sense at some point. Because even magic has to follow rules, and it doesn't here.
Maybe that's what we have to figure out, is if there are any rules, what they are. If this is something different or some different plane, or I don't even know at this point, but I hope we start getting answers soon too. This is way more confusing as time moves on, and not any closer to any reconciliation or answer. So
I just don't understand why she's keeping us here. She doesn't need help, but the next logical conclusion would be that she's either punishing us or trying to expose someone that would qualify.
Well, that I was confused because originally what seemed to be his spirit wrote no, scratched it out, then wrote yes. So
we did switch from is she keeping us here, which might have been the no, to are you keeping us here, which might have been the yes. But then we're technically, that would be a very tricky technicality because that would make it a third question. So I don't know.
Right. I thought it meant in regards to her, but now I'm even more worried if it's in regards to Oliver. Maybe there's a reason. If that's the case, maybe there's something keeping all of us here, and that's why we're starting to see multiple people, I guess.
I honestly don't know why I would be here, unless Crystal is being kept here and I'm collateral.
Well, that's another thing too. I'm not calling your aunt out at all, but
you probably should.
Well, no, there's no connection. She's not involved with literally any part of this, and it doesn't seem to be that you are either.
I don't think it's the book either. I gave it to Scott for a while, and nothing weirder happened to him than the weird things that were already happening to us.
Right. So, I mean...
Can we make them corporeal? Sorry to butt in, but if you can contact them, can you pull them into the circle and make them, like, real so we can, like, shoot them in the head?
You can make them possess someone, but then if you shoot them, you kill the person they're possessing and not the spirit.
So how do you kill a spirit?
You don't, you banish them. But, that's...
Holy shit, can she hear us? Can she hear us?
You need that, she can probably hear us wherever we go. I already cancelled the circle. For banishment, you need to know their actual name, for one thing. That's like the absolute basic. And we don't know her name at all.
Let's just get a baby name dictionary and just banish anyone that starts with an E.
Technically, we have enough time for this, but there's also a middle name and a last name. That's a lot of permutations.
I think y'all noticed Loinel start actually cooking in the, or starting to cook in the background.
That does smell real good.
Yeah, and I think... Oh, sorry. No, go ahead. Sorry.
I wanted to finish off with Carmen. I really don't know why me and my aunt are here, or my aunt and I, or whatever the proper English vernacular is. I'm sorry, I'm learning it as a second language. But I mean, she's the adult. I'm the obnoxious teenager. I'm sure, even though we've bonded over creepy things, I'm sure there's a lot of things she hasn't told me. And I'm also sure there's a lot of things she doesn't want me to know because she's trying to be a really good role model. So I think if anyone needs to start fishing around any reason she could be here, it needs to not be me.
Wait, what?
Oh, Carmen of Ray's video is frozen.
My
She could hear us.
can talk and hear you.
Yeah. I was like, why is she so surprised I'm asking this? I've been leading up to this for 2 sessions now.
I don't know. I mean, I'm hoping because she's not quite involved or there's not much that in that there's some sort of answer. Maybe it just takes getting there. Maybe it takes all of us having some big realizations to get to some sort of big conclusion. Maybe that's what this is all trying to do, is make us have a big realization or remember a big moment where we're all like, aha. I mean, we can only hope, right?
I guess. But then again, what if she is hiding something and it's like the one key thing we need? I mean, I've only had 17 years to do terrible things, and I've been open about most of them. And I am racking my brain why Crystal and I are here. And why we jump through time with you guys when the rest of the town doesn't. I don't. Yeah, you should see my little travel journal. I think almost 2/3 of the pages just says why.
Could it be possible that there's some sort of connection that we can't see, either because we're connected in some sort of weird way, or maybe it just hasn't happened yet. Maybe we connect in the future somehow.
I've been thinking about either connecting in the future or like on separate, parallel, not quite equal timelines. But if I go down that road, I have absolutely no chance of making any of this make sense. And I'd have to start entertaining myself in different ways, which I'm not necessarily opposed to if other people are willing. But for now, I'm trying to stay on task so I don't lose it.
I'm not quite sure I follow.
Well, what do we do now? I think is a really good and fair question to ask.
I'm still upset we couldn't find the lodge.
That's a big question mark, too. That whole experience in the woods was just very odd and slightly disturbing. Especially there's a little girl who basically said she lived in the woods.
Yeah, she seemed awful connected, right?
Yeah.
She tried to talk to Scott. She called him Mr. Smith even. But he kept threatening to shoot her. So
That
she ran
I did.
away.
I
So she
threatened
ran
to shoot
away.
her. I scared the crap out of that demon.
So
No, she was a demon.
She was a kid alone in the woods? Don't
I
you read
spent-
fairy tales?
I spent time alone in the woods when I was a kid, and I am not technically a demon.
But you're pretty close.
Scott Smith, you take that back right now.
Don't you even pretend you don't think it's a compliment.
I really do.
Ugh, we're doing too much fraternizing with demons and things. We should all do something else.
What should we do?
Well, why don't we go grab Lionel and Crystal wherever they ended up and all kind of sit
Cooking.
down. Well, cooking sounds like a good idea. Let's all kind of meet in the kitchen then and see if anyone's got an idea on what to do or where to go next.
As you guys go into the kitchen, Can everyone, except for Lionel, make me a spot hidden check?
Like how you sort of get to trust him, and then she goes, everyone except for Lionel, and just singling him out again. Nice. I'll spend 4 luck and turn mine into an extreme as well.
Or a hard?
I already have a hard.
Oh, I'm sorry. I read Carmen's as yours. Okay. So everybody except Scott.
Kentucky Hawkeye gifts Crystal a reroll.
Everybody except for Scott sees what?
Let's see. So let's see. So I was cooking while they were talking, right? So this is when they came in afterwards. Okay. So Crystal, you were helping me cook. Okay. So Crystal, because you were helping me cook, you would have noticed at some point that I seem to have cut myself with a knife on my hand. And everyone else who comes and notices sees me preparing the food, and there's like blood dripping down my hand.
I think the moment I see it, I would be like, "Oh, Lionel, you cut yourself," and would just grab, depending on how deep the cut would be, but grab a towel or something just to at least wrap around and try to stop the bleeding. I hope you didn't chop off half of your hand.
No. I mean, probably just nervous from everything that's been going on. You know, I mean, cuts are kind of taboo in the shop. We don't really talk about them because there's always a possibility you cut something off, and we just don't talk about it. You know, don't even joke about it, honestly. But you know, hopefully this will be fine. You can get me some, what do you call it? Maybe some onions and all that. I'm just hoping to chop some of them up. And before they come back, you'll notice that the bandage seems to come off and on every now and then.
Okay. I will keep that in mind, but not say anything else. Just looking carefully the moment you have a knife in your hand again, just like making sure you're not chopping off your fingers or so.
Yeah.
I'm not that hungry.
But I think we all need to eat something after.
I have a protein bar. I'll munch on the protein bar.
Well, it's here if any of y'all want any. Well, then we'll take some and we'll start eating.
Scott will go eat. Om nom.
Crystal will eat.
Om nom 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 nom. Is it good?
Carmen will take nibbles.
I mean, I hope so. I cooked it.
Like,
I think it's just
I know Sammy's gone, but I had a pretty good success.
Yeah.
I'm gonna assume I saw some of this. I'm just gonna go like, so how much of the food did you bleed on the food, Lionel? Is this
And I'd look
is
at
this
you.
sanitary? Do you have like those blue bandages that show up in the food if you drop your bandage that I had to wear when I tried to make me work at McDonald's for a semester?
And I just look at you. I'm like, look. Sometimes when I cook, I put myself in the food. All right. Every good cook does it. Then looking at
That is
Carmen-
disturbing. And I am really glad I'm eating a protein bar right now.
looking at Carmen, Crystal, Scott. He's like,
Like, fork full of food in mouth, like.
I'm really glad we've become really, really good friends. You know, I've always been told the quickest way to people's heart, or to people's hearts, was through stomachs. And
I'm sorry. How is the seance I just did not the most disturbing thing I've done today? This is no. Ugh. Oh God. Do you have diseases? Do you have like hepatitis? What are you sharing with them? What is wrong with you?
Why would I poison anyone?
I don't know. Ask Mark. Oh man, that ghost was off. I don't think we call a reliable spirit at all. I'm like, Talia has been up to her elbows in blood, gutting things for rituals, but the idea of eating someone else's blood without having being told that's what you're doing, Talia's literally gagging in a corner. She's going, oh. Nope.
I really don't understand why you're acting like this, Talia. It's nothing.
I'm so glad I'm eating a protein bar. There's something wrong with all of you. Why am I even here? Why am I even here? No.
Talia, I was in the kitchen. It's not like he drained his blood into the pot. He cut himself.
He just said he puts himself in the food, Crystal!
Do you take everything literally that people are saying? Relax.
Special.
I'm sorry, Aunt Crystal, are you deliberately being obtuse right now? He basically admitted to bleeding in your food so you'd be his friend.
I was standing next to him and...
And he had his like nice bright blue bandage on at all points in time, clearly denoting he was not bleeding in the food.
Scott's gonna go and make himself throw up somewhere.
Smart move.
Too worried.
I'm gonna go sit in the other room alone for a bit. I need to not be around you people.
We already know that y'all can trust me now, so I don't see what the issue is.
Carmen at that moment would probably just kind of say to herself, like, I don't know who to trust at all anymore, and then just like walk to get her stuff that was left on the counter in the front room, and then walk out the door and sit in like the front area of the butcher shop like she did before we went to the lodge. Just kind of sit down under the window or whatever is in there, just for some air.
Well, enough still eating.
Honestly, Crystal would eat up, but after eating would have a look at Lionel's hand just to bandage it properly, and will leave her knees to just steam off.
And as you're eating and everybody's doing their thing, you hear a knock on the door.
I'm not sure. I don't remember the layout of the butcher shop well enough to know where I am. I have it somewhere, but I'll be happy for any distractions of.
Yeah, I mean, if you're on the first, it's not a big butcher shop, and you can hear. You can hear the knock anywhere. I think it's kind of designed to where you can hear a knock anywhere in the building. So as long as you're not like upstairs or something, you'd be.
No, I just went.
Yeah.
I just, as long as it's away from the direction Lionel's in.
Oh yeah. So Lionel's, it's gonna be opposite for you. So Lionel's over here. So like he's in the kitchen. There's a divide. Like his kitchen's kind of by where his butcher stuff is.
Yeah.
And then there's this. So like he would be to the side of you, but you could deliberately turn yourself to where you don't see him.
I'll happily go. I'm assuming Carmen's around She seems helpful at least.
Yeah, I'm in the front, like sitting on those sofas where we slept, like right by the windows, or I'm assuming whatever's in the front of the shop, just kind of away from everyone.
Yeah. I'll meet up with Carmen and sort of go. Should we?
I'm not quite sure if we should be the ones doing that, but we might as well just look to see who it is.
Yeah.
And I'll get up and go to the door, and if there's a way to look before I open, I'll do that.
I mean, so it is a glass door, so.
Oh, okay, so I can see you.
Perfect!
Yeah. And so when you look out, you see two girls about probably about 6 years old. Carmen, you would recognize one of them as Alba. And she's sitting there waving.
I'll turn to Talia and just say, to be really honest, I completely forgot that we ran into this little girl and I had invited her over here this morning, and this is kind of the last thing I want to do right now. So obviously we have to open this door because they see us.
I'm already going like this. She looks like the girl
But
Scott scared away.
Yeah, we should get everybody else in here just in case something happens.
I'll go open the door if you don't want to, and you can go get everybody else, because I haven't met this lovely little girl yet. I'll just...
Okay,
over.
let's do that, and I'll just start walking towards the kitchen where everybody is.
Just open the door and go, hello! After the DM is done choking on her water.
No, I was choking and I needed water.
Oh.
So the little girl immediately goes, "Oh, hi. I was wondering if Miss Carmen or Miss Vicky or Mr. Lionel is here. They told me to come back in the morning."
Well, lucky you. All three of them are here. I don't think we've met before, and I'll extend my hand to shake her hand like a proper grown-up.
Yeah, she shakes it very.
My name is Talia.
Hi, my name, what is my name? Oh, yeah.
Pick one if you've forgotten. That's what I do.
Oh, that's a smart idea. But I think I said my name was Alba.
That's a lovely name.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Anyway, what did you say what your name was? I forgot.
I did say what my name was, and it's Talia. If you don't like it, I listen to many other things.
Like what? I go by many names too. What's your favorite
Really?
name?
Oh god. Well, my favorite one is Talia. My parents gave me a terrible one. It's way too long. Talia, blah 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 blah.
Parents are the worst, aren't they?
I know, right? Because then they decided to like nickname me Flinder, which is like, oh. So I picked Talia. Who's your friend? I'm sorry, I'm being very rude. And I turn to the other little girl and extend my hand.
Please, this is very important. I need to make a listen check to see if I heard that Talia's nickname was Flinder.
Make that listen check with your great listening skills.
Please don't.
I'm going to use my reroll.
My secret remains safe.
Is it worth 40? Use your reroll? I'm doing it. I'm doing it. Yeah, I'll spend the one luck.
I will point out we can only see Scrats on Twitch again. So they missed the rest of us freaking out completely.
Yeah.
For some reason, the Zoom window keeps changing its name, so whenever I fade new things onto the overlay, it just loses the zoom. Very frustrating.
I will say, if Twitch didn't see it, it didn't happen. So none of you know.
They still saw the roll 20.
Motherfuck. Sorry.
The little girl, the second little girl, she just goes, "Oh, hi." And then Alba goes, "Oh, this is E. She's really shy. She doesn't like to talk to people very much. That's why I usually am the talky one out of us.
Well, good for both of you that you have this relationship that works just perfectly.
Yeah, we do.
So come on in, and we'll go find Miss. I don't think you actually meant Miss Vicky. I think you meant Miss Crystal.
I thought I said Miss Crystal. Did I say Miss Vicky? I'm sorry. I apologize.
Let's go find Miss Crystal and Miss Carmen and Mr. Lionel. And I have an extra special surprise for you today, Alba. Because I think I also saw you in the woods. And I also have Mr. Scott back here, or Mr. Smith. And he is ready to apologize to you.
Oh, is he? Oh.
You scared him real good.
Is he the... Oh, Mr. Smith is here. Oh.
No, you scared him real bad. He had a really bad night. So if you just say sorry to him and he says sorry to you, you can all be friends again.
Okay, will you hold my hand while we,
I will absolutely hold your hand while we go back there.
Okay, and she grabs your hand and squeezes it as hard as a 6-year-old can squeeze your hand.
Which is not very impressive. I'm okay with this.
Yes. And so, as, you walk back, as the second girl sees...
Checking to see if she comes in.
Yeah, she also comes in. So Alba's holding your hand, and with the other hand, she's holding her friend's hand.
Okay.
And
chain.
Yeah, and as the second girl sees Scott, she stops in her tracks, and she just goes. She just points a finger. She's like, You look like my daddy, but you don't look like my daddy. What's your name?
Scott's going to ignore Alba completely.
It's not Alba. Yes. Oh, okay. Okay, I see. Yeah.
Walk over to E, and sort of how tall is she?
As tall as a 6-year-old would be. I don't know how tall 6-year-olds are.
Okay, so I'm gonna like get down on one knee and just sort of like put my hands on her shoulders. Is she corporeal?
Mm-hmm.
Fucking hell. Okay. Now, little girl, I don't know you at all. My name is Scott. Scott Smith.
That's my daddy's name is Scott Smith. But my daddy's older.
How old is your daddy?
I don't know. He's like old. He has to be at least like 200 years old.
Is his beard gray?
I mean, it's kind of like the same color as yours, but it has some gray in it.
Okay.
Are you his younger brother? Do you have an older brother, Mr. Scott?
I don't rightly know.
Oh. Well, nice to meet you, Mr. Scott. My name's Ellis.
Nice to meet you too, Ellis. I didn't know my family much. In fact, not at all.
Did your family get broken up like mine did?
I don't know. I didn't get much chance to see them. Why don't you tell me what happened to your family?
I mean, Daddy and Mommy used to fight a lot, and Mommy had to leave.
What was Mommy's name?
I don't remember Mommy's name.
Oh, that's okay. Did she leave when you were real young?
Yeah, I was pretty young when she left. Yeah, I mean, she left a couple years ago, but she wasn't around much.
Alright. Okay. So, do you want to talk about it?
I mean, not really. I don't know my mommy very much.
I mean the whole thing about families and that, and the fact that I look like your daddy.
You do look like my daddy. And then Alba jumps in and she's like, you do look like her daddy a lot.
Did you know, Albert? Good morning.
Yeah. Hi, Mr. Scott. Are you gonna point your gun at me again? Please don't. I don't really like that.
What were you doing out in the woods last night?
I live in the woods.
And did you know Alice's family well?
I mean, yeah, I know Alice's family, like, almost just as much as she knows her family.
Good. Now, unless I'm very much mistaken, I don't think that I am Alice's family.
Okay, whatever you say, Mr. Scott.
But I'm real interested to learn more. I don't know if I had a brother or a little sister.
I don't know.
What happened when your parents split up, Alice?
Oh, well,
I mean, I don't want you to talk about what happened. That might be a bit much, but
I mean, it
What?
was just,
what happened afterwards? Did you stay with your daddy?
yeah, my mommy wasn't good in the head, and so I stay with Daddy. Daddy's a lot nicer than Mommy is.
Right. Okay. Well, what was your daddy like?
No, my daddy's a nice man.
Yeah. What does he do?
You know, I'm not really sure. He says he's not allowed to talk about it. I think he used to do some stuff that, like, he says he used to do stuff that little kids can't hear about. But now he just stays at home all day and takes care of me and makes sure that I'm okay.
Does your daddy have tattoos like this one? And rather than the tattoos on his neck or chest that he's gonna reveal, he's gonna roll up his sleeve to show his battalion tattoo, squad tattoo.
And she just looks wide-eyed and then looks at you and looks back at your arm. Where'd you get that from? Did my daddy has that tattoo? Did you know my daddy? Did you and my daddy get tattoos together?
ScottSmith.exe is not responding. I didn't know your daddy. He had a tattoo just like this one, same number?
I think so. I mean, I don't really pay super close attention to Daddy's tattoos, but that looks like it. Alba, does this look like Daddy's tattoo? And Alba comes over and grabs your arm to look at it very closely and goes, "Oh, this is totally your daddy's tattoo. This is like the same thing. Can I touch it, Mr. Smith?"
I'd rather you didn't, if that's okay with you.
Okay, yeah. I'm sorry. And she drops your hands. She's like, "I forgot that they say that they say, keep your hands and feet to yourself."
That's for the best. Yeah. Especially when confronting strange men, which is what I am.
You hear from behind Scott going, "They didn't mention teeth."
Would one of you mind, Scott, coming with me to the other room for just a second?
I want to stay with the girls. They seem like fun. I have books to read with them if they want to.
Loinel calls out from the back. "Hey girls, any of y'all hungry?"
Don't
I
eat the
just
food.
go.
Don't eat the food.
Yeah, Scott and me are just going. Don't.
Yeah, we're hungry, but Mr. Scott and Miss Talia keep saying to not eat the food.
Oh, did they not like the burgers?
They were a little They were a little bloody, still, a little undercooked.
Oh, I can make them well done. That's fine.
Let me Google at what temperature hepatitis C dies. No.
Anyone at all? I'd just like someone to check out my tattoos for me.
Ooh. Never mind. I'll leave the girls. I'll come. Pick me, Mr. Smith.
Well, seeing no one else raise their hand.
Crystal would
I was
probably.
gonna say, are you with everybody? Are we all together? I thought we were still separated.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we already established it's a very small butcher shop, so I don't think you would have been able to miss this.
Okay.
No, I'll volunteer.
Then, if we're in the same room, I would at least probably follow Lionel. I would just peek in, wave hi to Alba, and
Oh, hi, Miss Crystal. Did you have a good sleep last night? Did you guys get ice cream? I didn't get ice cream, and I meant to get ice cream, but I forgot to get ice cream. Do you guys have ice cream?
I'll look at Lionel. Do you have ice cream?
I don't think so.
Maybe it's worth checking. Oh, the kitty noises. Oh, dog noises.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I have dog noises.
Just checking which animal.
No, it's just at least they're not my dogs this time.
It's okay. It's not my dog either. It's Kelly's dog, so I don't take any of the blame here.
Crystal would give Scott and I like whatever he needs help to check out his tattoos if he's rather taking help from Crystal than from Talia. His choice.
I'm walking up to Scott, and I'm also bringing 2 well-done burgers with me.
Scott just walks into the next room and just hopes someone follows.
Oh, I am there.
I'll let Talia go. And we'll focus back on the girls.
Okay, so I'm gonna go to Crystal first, and knowing that there's no ice cream here, Alba goes, oh, Miss Crystal, look at, can we go get ice cream later then? I really want to get ice cream, but I don't want to go by myself. I don't have any money to get ice cream, and I don't think the ice cream man really likes me very much. Can we get ice cream later, Miss Crystal?
I'm not sure if we will have time, but I can at least give you a few bucks that you can grab some for yourself.
Oh, are you sure? But I really like hanging out with you, Miss Crystal.
That is really, really nice. And I will just look at E, also like holding out my hand to shake it because I haven't met her before. So you are the famous E that Alva talked about.
Oh. She you could see her blushing. I don't, yeah, I just, yeah, I'm Ellis. Nice to meet you. What was your name again?
My name is Crystal.
Oh, hi, Crystal. It's nice to meet you.
You have a very good friend there, and I'm giving like a nod to Alva.
Yeah, Alba's my best friend. You're going by the name Alba today? And then Alba goes, yeah, I am. I'm Alba. Okay, yeah, Alba is a good friend.
Hold on to that. Friends are important. And the only thing, I would rummage in my backpack. I'm quite sure I still have some chocolate in there. So I would just give the girls at least some, pulling out like a chocolate bar to them if they want to have the snack.
And as kids do, they take it, immediately devour it, and somehow it gets all over their faces.
Perfect.
I think seeing them eat the chocolate, I'm like, I'm just gonna leave these burgers up on the counter if y'all want them later. Enjoy the chocolate.
Oh, okay. Thank you, Mr. Loinel. And I think with that, we're gonna pan over to Talia and Scott.
Are you casually eating strawberries?
She is! The DM is mocking us with her food choices.
Alright, Talia, thanks for...
That's all I have.
thanks for joining me. Look, I'm just suddenly real worried that maybe I've got some tattoos that I don't know about.
Do you have one with the little girl's name in like a little heart?
That's kind of what I'm worried about. Maybe I've got one on my back or somewhere that I can't see.
Okay,
Just
wait. No, wait. Before you take off anything, and I can't believe I'm making you wait. What tattoos do you know you have? So I know what I'm looking for. Or not looking for. No bias.
Wait,
Double blind.
before we even go there, Talia, how old are you exactly?
21.
Insight.
Yeah, let's see.
I don't know
What
what
would you
insight
like to-
is.
I don't either. You could make a psychology check unless there's something else that you think is a better.
Oh
Check.
boy, psychology.
Do I charm against this or do I fast talk against this?
Oh,
How are
geez.
you?
Charm.
Usually,
Sorry, I heard a lot of
charm.
people at once.
Usually it's charm if it's something that you do a lot, like you know what you're doing. Fast talk.
Lying about my age is something I do a lot, oddly enough.
Fast talk is just like straight off the top of the head. It's like I need something.
So, Sammy, do I get an opposed charm check?
Mhm.
Alright, good. I was worried you were a bit younger than that.
Nah, I just sometimes act a little younger, you know. It's hard to remember to be serious when time and death are messed up.
Scott's gonna start unbuttoning his shirt.
No, tell me which ones you have.
And I'm telling you.
Okay, sorry,
I've got
sorry.
a battalion. I've got a battalion on my arm. I can see that one. There should be like a flaming skull on my right shoulder with sort of like vines in the background. Across my throat, I've got the octopi.
Good
And
choice.
all the way down my left arm, it's like a sea aquarium, and he'll remove his shirt. Down my spine, there should be, as he turns around, there should be like almost a train track tattoo all the way down, which sort of looks like a spinal cord. on the left, there's sort of like a sun rising with cherry trees.
Oh, I like the cherry tree.
And around my waist at the back there should be like a gradient black to white, which leads to some thorn bushes. And as he starts to undo his trousers, on my butt there should be on my butt there should be.
I'm writing this down, hence, which is why I'm not looking at you. I'm not ashamed, just writing it down.
On my butt there's a heart on the left with an arrow through it.
Sorry.
And on the right, another skull, but this one is not on fire or anything like that.
Skull not flaming. Check.
Totally out of context, the fact that Scott has a butt tattoo of a heart is probably my favorite thing canonically about Scott.
I was good. I'm like, both me and Talia are torn between, respect and admiring the view and mocking him for a tramp stamp. Does the heart on the left butt cheek have a name or dedication?
Shouldn't do. And it's not like a Cupid arrow through it. The heart almost looks like a target.
Ooh.
I don't know if that's better or worse.
No, that's definitely worse. You're right. So DM, is what he described what I see? Are there additions? Things missing?
Go ahead and make me a spot hidden check.
Do I get advantage because I'm looking really hard?
No.
Like, I imagine this is taking a bit too long. Scott's sort of standing there like, have you checked it all yet? And you...
Hang on, I'm working.
And you just see those tattoos that Scott describes.
I'm sorry, my dogs are going nuts. 2 seconds.
I definitely had to ask for Kelly's help opening my bottle. And she just turns to me and goes, Sam, it's a twist off.
I think the dogs have settled down. So I see only what I expect to see.
Yes.
I do take a fairly long time cataloging them.
But you do just look with your eyes.
I do just look with my eyes. I'm not a pervert-ish,
Don't accidentally trip.
said the stalker.
Are they all there?
Yeah, I see all of them. I know no strange additions. So, nothing with a E or an Amelia or anything.
Like, not even
Nothing that would suggest you got married and had a child yet.
Huh. And as soon as he gets confirmation, he'll very quickly pull his trousers back up. And sort of turn around while still putting shirt on, because he fully trusts that Talia is 21. You know, she's seen this stuff before.
Why wouldn't she be, anyway?
Thanks for checking that for me.
Yeah, no, I have to admit, as soon as Elise?
Alice.
Alice. Sorry, Alice. I was distracted by Elba. As soon as Alice grabbed your arm and recognized your tattoo as her dad's tattoo, I started wondering if you had like a little heart with a name somewhere suddenly show up. Wait, I know somebody had a scar, and
I thought the same thing. I would be sure. Like, I love tattoos. If I had something in my life like that, especially a kid, I'm sure I would have put it on my body somewhere.
I'm not to be. Maybe you will in the future.
Ugh. Come on, we shouldn't be apart from the others for too long.
You're right. All these crazy dogs out there that will eat us alive. Yeah, no, we should join the rest. I have to say I'm a little relieved nothing weird showed up.
I'm a little relieved. I thought Talia was going to do more than that there. That was...
There will be time later.
Slow burn, best burn.
Yes. And
Meanwhile, Crystal would have looked at Alba and at Alice. Just curious, girls, how old are you?
So
I'm 6 years old. Oh, sorry.
Sorry, I thought for some reason I heard the name Scott. I got really confused. Sorry.
No, it's okay. I mean, unless you want to just blurt out how
Burst into the room. I am.
Here's his
Oh
voice.
gosh.
But yeah, so Alba goes, I'm 6 years old.
Ooh.
And then and Ellis, she's 6.5 years old.
That is a great age, although I'm still not sure you should be alone in the woods that much, but you seem to be quite good out there.
I'm a tough cookie. At least that's what Mr. Scott. Well, the Mr. Scott that's Ellis's dad. Mr. Ellis's dad. He tells me that I'm a tough cookie.
I can imagine why.
Yeah. And so yeah, I love being 6, but in next month I'll be 6.25 years old.
Oh, that's a big step.
I know, right? I can't wait to be 6.25.
Wait, did Ellis's dad teach you how to be all in the woods by yourself like that?
I mean, he sometimes like gives me like some ideas of how to like get food and stuff and how to set up camp and stuff in the woods. Yeah, he's given me a lot of little tips. Mr. Ellis's dad really likes to go out into the woods. He takes Ellis and I camping a lot of times.
Yeah. Okay. Do you guys ever go hunting or anything like that?
No, we've never gone hunting, but I think in a couple of months he did say that we get to go to a carnival.
Oh, those are fun.
Yeah, I really like carnivals. I don't think Ellis really likes carnivals. Ellis, do you like carnivals? I mean, no, the rides scare me, and there's a lot of people at the carnivals, and I don't really like that. Yeah, Ellis doesn't really like carnivals very much. She would much rather just be reading a book in her room.
Which is also quite fun thing to do. At least I prefer a book and being safe inside. You talked about a carnival. We haven't seen any signs or news on a carnival nearby coming up. Did looking at Alice, your dad say where the carnival would be, where you guys will go?
No, he didn't. He just said that we have to drive out into the woods a little bit to get to the carnival.
But, well, you will probably still enjoy the carnival. It's looking at Alice. It's quite fun if you're around on a carnival with a friend.
I don't really want to go to the carnival, but Daddy says that I need to socialize more and I need to talk to more people. And so I'm going to go to the carnival.
Just make sure you have Alba or your dad around, then you should be just fine.
Yeah, I think they're both going to the carnival with me, so I think I should be fine. I'm also going to take my book with me too. And you see she pulls out a book.
What kind of book?
It is a chapter book. It is Alice's Adventures in Wonderland.
That's a pretty good story you got there.
Yeah, I've read this a couple of times already.
It's a really fun story. I will pull the book out again out of my bag, just showing her the cover. Look, I have one as well.
And it looks like she almost looks through your book.
Okay.
You have one what?
Just looking at Carmen and Lionel, just like giving. Do you see the book, guys? Just to be sure.
Carmen just kind of looks over it, nods.
Yeah.
I seem to have an invisible book for you guys, but I definitely have also Alice in Wonderland around. Sammy, the book cover, would it be exactly the same book cover? Because there are so many different varieties of the book. So exactly the same.
Yeah, it is the same book cover.
I think seeing this, Lionel will try and go and grab the cookbook that he had for you. Say, Alice, do you like cooking? You ever thought about looking up recipes and stuff like that?
No.
Can I try and hand her the book? Like, you can always look through this if it's something you might think you might be interested in.
And she kind of just looks at you and looks at your hand, and she's like, I don't. What are you doing? There's nothing there.
Sorry, just a little game we play sometimes, just use your imagination,
No, okay. You're weird.
Oh, I get that a lot.
Yeah.
Sorry, we don't want to spook you out. I would look at my phone, just like checking time, just like how late it is. Sammy, time and date?
A couple hours has passed from the couple hours that passed before. It's probably getting towards dawn, maybe a little after dawn.
But feels like normal time passed by.
But yeah,
like...
normal time has passed by.
What's your favorite part of... Oh, I will probably mess up Sammy if I ask for a favorite part of the book. Depends on...
Oh gosh, yeah.
just not important.
She'll tell you. It's... I really like the White Rabbit in the book. He's kind of my favorite.
I totally get that. It's my favorite too.
Yeah. He kind of seems like a dingus sometimes. Okay, can we leave now? Is there anything else you wanted from us?
I would look into the direction where Scott and Talia left, or also looking at Carmen or Lionel if they have anything else.
Yeah, and I think that probably around this time, Scott and Talia would be coming back.
I mean, I only look with my eyes. That doesn't take too long.
Yeah. Scott would definitely be coming back in, though, still buttoning up his shirt as much as he does.
Talia's just following. I don't need to button anything.
And can I please make a sanity check?
Seriously, you need a sanity check just because I saw you naked? That's ridiculous.
No, because I'm definitely...
I know why. It's fine. Talia's just feeling a little offended, okay? Being alone in a room with me while you're naked isn't that bad.
Scott was just a little shook, okay?
But not too shook.
It's weird though. Whenever I volunteer for sanity checks, I succeed. I think the trick is to just volunteer every single time.
She'll get you in other ways.
Sammy or you?
Honestly, I don't know which one's worse.
I feel very personally attacked right now.
Your turn.
And so you guys come in and you see that Crystal is talking to the two little girls. And the three of you guys will see Scott coming in, buttoning up his shirt, apparently not seductively or not with any type of sexual undertones to that. And Talia following behind him.
Looking as innocent as the dawn.
And not
As
even
always.
a little smug?
I'm sorry, was my sarcasm leaking? Yeah, smug as hell.
Sorry, I was just getting my tattoos checked.
So what'd y'all find?
Exactly what I expected in every way. That
yeah.
the face Crystal gives me?
She's like, okay. She was just curious if anything important came out of checking the tattoos. Obviously not.
Scott be
Nothing.
buff too, you know.
I know, I felt some of it in the woods. And some of it when you hugged me from behind. Getting well acquainted.
Wow, we really are, aren't we?
Yes, we are.
Whoops.
It's fine, I'm 21.
Yep.
So, just, everything's where it should be and no sudden additions.
That sounds good. We have some freaky stuff happening a bit, but well. Yeah, girls, I maybe it's time for you to go back home, and I'm really sorry, Alba, but I definitely don't have time today to grab some ice cream.
Okay.
But we will manage.
Wait, is there even an ice cream store in this place?
Yeah, there's always an ice cream store.
Hey, don't sound judgmental. I haven't been here very long.
Well,
Where's the
why
ice
didn't
cream
you go
place?
look for ice cream for the first thing?
No, I went for popcorn for the first thing.
Ice cream is so much better than popcorn.
You're absolutely right, but we smelled popcorn, so I went for popcorn. Hard to smell ice cream from a few blocks away. So where's the ice cream parlor?
I mean, I usually get ice cream at the grocery store. It's like they have ice cream there, but I'm sure I'll find some.
While this
Well,
is happening, Carmen is reaching like in her pocket and fumbling with whatever money she has, and she's just gonna hand Elba like a $10 bill. Just be like, "This is for your ice cream."
Oh, thank you, Miss Carmen. You're so nice. Do you want to get ice cream with us, Miss Carmen?
And
look at Carmen.
stay here with everybody, but
Oh, I want to get
maybe
ice
next
cream.
time.
Maybe we should check out a grocery store just to be curious.
Ice cream!
Like the best ice cream's at the soda fountain shop just around the corner.
Oh, you're
Isn't that
right,
true?
Mr. Loinel. I still don't like you, but you're right.
Now that you mention it, ice cream does sound pretty good. Maybe we should go?
I mean, we had no pressing other matters, and it's almost time for second breakfast, as the hobbits would say. Wait, are those trademarks?
The halflings.
As the halflings would say. Sorry.
Because I think the grocery store would be really nice. Also, yeah, Lionel, you're probably right, but I would be keen on checking out what the grocery store has.
Yeah.
Okay, we could go to the grocery store first. I mean, we don't really have anything going on today, so we can do whatever you guys want to do. or we can just leave and go on our own. Because
I
we're doing adult things, and I don't want to do them because adult things are boring.
You're very right on that one.
I'm not very good with adult things either. You're right, they're very boring.
Just
Yeah.
We can take a quick stop at the grocery store, see if we can find anything there, right, Carmen?
Wait, don't... can I turn to little girls? Don't you have school today?
No. No, not right now. We don't have school.
But it's Thursday.
Oh. Well, this might be because the DM just messed up the times.
Sorry. I didn't mean to call out the DM. I just was... Because we specifically asked if Alba went to school every day of the week earlier. And suddenly she has nothing to do on a Thursday. I was like, aha, time travel.
How long did the seance take? To be fair, kids are only in school until like 2 or 3 o'clock.
No, but we did the seance through the night and they knocked on the door
Oh, that's right. Okay.
just as it was getting light. So maybe they don't have school yet, but then they wouldn't have nothing to do all day. So I got very excited because I'm trying to make a timeline.
No, this is just there's some break going on.
The teachers
some
have study
holiday
day.
somewhere. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
All
a
one
stability
teachers
day.
in this giant town. Okay.
Yeah.
Crap. There goes that theory.
then, let's head to the grocery, get the girls some ice cream, or whoever likes ice cream as well, and then
Ice cream and protein bars.
let the girls have a girls' day, and
Yeah, I think
some adult stuff.
Yeah, I think we're gonna get ice cream, and then we're probably gonna go to the library to read. But yeah, that's kind of our plans.
We may skip on the library, but you've definitely interested me in ice cream.
Okay, let's go get ice cream.
Yes, let's
And
go
they
get ice
run
cream.
they run out the door, holding
run after them.
people's hands.
Yeah, let's get ice cream, but Crystal will make sure everyone is joining. No one stays behind.
Split the party.
Not again.
Scott,
You would do it, but
Sammy, can Scott do the thing that I whispered you?
You're whispering things.
Oh, yeah. I'm sorry, I didn't see that.
That's okay.
Yeah. I will whisper you back.
Okay, but yes, I'll be joining.
okay. Lionel as well.
Yep, I'm going
Good.
to see if Mark is still alive.
Exactly, just to see if now suddenly we have a grocery store keeper again.
Okay, you guys walk to the grocery store. Hold on. Almost done.
Come on,
Yes.
Sammy, multitask.
I know, I can't. I really can't. So you guys walk to the grocery store, and it again is locked. And the
I'm so sorry for distracting.
It's okay, it's
Sam
okay.
mid-sentence.
it's locked, and in fact, I believe that Scott had. Was this the one where you picked the lock, or was this the one where Scott kicked the lock in? You picked.
This is one where I picked the lock and Scott took out the lock at the butcher store.
Okay, there we go. Okay, yeah. So you would find the lock picked, and the grocery store completely dark.
Hmm.
Hey, look, guys, it's open.
Well, but not really.
So Mark's not around.
No signs of Mark.
Can I just push open the door and go in? Because I need to restock on protein bars and things. Plus, I want to grab things.
While we walk inside, can I make some sort of check to see if it looks like there has been anyone else walking through here since the last time we came?
Yeah, go ahead and make a spot hidden check. No.
Out of the corner of my eyes, do I see any blood near the freezer?
No blood.
In that case, I'll just, I'd like to start finding edible things that won't go off too soon and just start stuffing them in my bag. If as long as I can avoid eating Lionel's food, I will be trying this from now on, because I am not eating his blood. There are limits, even for a witch, and he found one of them.
Scott
Blood sharing needs to be consensual.
Scott isn't really paying much attention to the grocer or anything. He's paying more attention to the party.
Okay. So it seems that the grocery store is not open today. At least Mark doesn't seem to be there, so...
I'll leave money on the counter. They had inter-store credit here, right?
What? No, sure, but just for me and, all his friends around here.
Oh, but then you can see I'm leaving money on the counter and it's fine.
It is. And I think when we leave, she would lean into Talia, like, can you also lock the door again when we leave? At least that it's not inviting for others to get in and steal stuff.
You halfway stand in front of me and make sure everybody else waits up for a minute then?
I will definitely do that. Just standing there, looking around, looking at Lionel. Did you say there was another place where we could get ice cream?
Yeah, the soda fountain shop.
Sammy is relocking the door. Another stealth check?
Yes. Unless you wanted to use another skill, but you can stealthily relock this door.
Yeah, I don't need the rest to see I'm relocking this door, because I'm not sure they all know I'm the one who unlocked the door in the first place, so a little sneaky is good.
Okay.
Um,
And everybody would notice that, like, this also, it looks like the power hasn't been turned on in a while. Cold things are melting. And stuff. Milk probably isn't good. But
Before I relock the door, is there a meat display?
yeah, and all the meat's bad.
All of it? There's nothing still suspiciously frozen with a bite out of it?
Nope.
Okay, good. I'll go relock the door. At least keep the
Okay.
smell inside.
Yeah, and I mean, it's kind of like you just like walk past the door and it's magically locked, almost. That's what everybody else would see. Or it's like if you were looking on, right? She stealthily locked it so well that you would never be able to tell that she relocked the door.
It's almost like I've done this before.
Yeah, who knows where?
Then,
Don't like that Mark isn't there.
me neither. I would say let's grab some ice cream and maybe ask the ice cream store keeper if he's seen Mark around, and if not, maybe call into the sheriff's office.
Yeah, that'll be a good idea.
I'm kind of surprised that nobody else has been in here, considering it's been unlocked. And I mean, doesn't he get orders in for new products? It doesn't even seem like anyone's come by to even grocery shop.
Yeah, I was gonna say, where are other people shopping?
Someone must be handling his affairs.
Or absolutely nobody, because they all think it's completely normal.
So maybe other people see this store is open and fine. What did the little girl see?
Are you asking them?
Technically, I'm asking you, how did they respond to the store?
I mean, they responded normally.
Normally, in the
Like-
sense that they see everything's off and we have to go somewhere else for ice cream?
Yeah. So like you figured they kind of expected this, or like they're kind of just standing at the doorway, being like,
So you're
Yeah.
saying normally, but not completely normally.
I mean, yeah. Also, yeah. So do you guys want to leave the store, or is there anything else you want to do?
I think, leaving the store. And my niece is muted if she's trying to talk to us.
I know, it's because my dogs keep barking. I was gonna count on Lionel showing us where to get ice cream now that I've magically relocked the door.
Yeah, just heading to the fountain shop, I guess.
Yeah, so on the other side of the alley, almost directly behind the store, right, so if you're in the alley, the store backs would be facing each other. So you guys go.
Grocery store?
Yes, yeah, so it's going to be exactly across from the grocery store, but on the back side, if that makes sense.
Hang on.
It's like around the block.
Yes.
Cool.
And yeah, so you go into the grocery store, and it's a very ordinary man that's in there. He's dressed in the like the red and white striped shirt with some like tan pants, and is standing with his hat on, that, you know, again, red and white striped hat. And he just comes in and he says, "Oh, hello, how are you all doing today? Welcome to the ice cream shop. We have soda, we have ice cream, we have candy, whatever you guys want. Oh, there's 2 little girls here, perfect. And he comes out from around, from behind the counter and leans down and hands both the girls something you would assume some sort of candy, as they gobble it up real quickly, as kids do. And he kind of ruffles their hair a little bit and says, "I love it when kids come around here. They don't come around nearly enough. Anyway, what could I get for you all today?"
I'm sorry, did the proprietor of an ice cream store just say kids don't come around?
He said kids don't come around nearly enough.
Talia is seriously considering another protein bar. What is with this town and food?
I'm not quite sure what you mean, ma'am.
Do you have lemon basil ice cream?
Absolutely, we have every kind of ice cream you can imagine. Just think of me as the Willy Wonka of ice cream.
I'm trying really hard not to. Do you take credit card?
We take everything.
Somehow I knew you were going to say that.
Is there blood in it?
Everyone.
Is there blood in it?
No. What?
Can you swear there's no blood in it?
Yeah, I swear there's
Inside
no...
check!
Go ahead and make a psychology check.
I don't have psychology, I just wanted to yell that. Never mind, I'll make a psychology check. Maybe I'll roll.
Scott can also make a psychology check as well.
I am not spending luck on that.
Except, yeah, you made a persuasion check.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, that's okay. I mean,
no, I have psychology somewhere.
It's right below it.
Yeah, I have a new computer mouse and I don't have a new mouse mat. And it goes a little wonky.
Couldn't spend luck on that.
Even worse. Never mind.
He's telling the truth. He has no idea what you guys are talking about.
I am going to taunt Faith and take blood orange ice cream.
Do you want a blood orange ice cream and not lemon basil ice cream? Okay, that sounds good.
I wanted 2 scoops.
2 scoops. Do you want them 2 separate cones, or do you want first of all, do you want it in a cone or a cup?
Cup, please.
Oh, a cup. Okay, do you want 2 separate cups, or do you want it all in the same cup?
How many scoops can you fit in a cup?
You could fit, I have the small cup, which you could fit 1. I have one for 2. I have one for 3. And if you want, I'm sure I have one for 4. And I could, find a way to get you more if you wanted to.
Let's start with 3.
With 3, okay, what you want? You want a lemon basil, you want a blood orange, what's the last one you wanted?
Oh god, do you have raspberry mint?
Of course we have raspberry mint. Of course we have raspberry mint.
Why are so many of these pink?
I don't know, but I'm just playing with Sammy right now.
No, thanks for
talk to me about ice cream, Sam.
Our ice cream is made from the finest dairy. Our number 1 ingredient is cream. That's how you know it is the best ice cream in town. And so, let me get this for you. And he pours out, like, it's soft serve, so it comes out of the nozzle. So it goes one swirl, and then next to it is the second swirl, and then the third swirl, and he goes to, here you go, ma'am. Is there anything else I can get for you?
Well, not for me, but whatever the rest is having on this credit card, thank you.
Oh, perfect. I love me some good business. Can I get anybody else anything? Go, little girls, do you want anything? And then Talia just goes, I just want vanilla.
I'm Talia.
I'm sorry, not Talia. Sorry. I looked at you and I...
I'm hard to miss, I know.
Is that a tell? Is that a tell?
I don't, yeah. Totally
Oh my
agree.
god, what if I'm Carmen and Scott's daughter?
What if? But Ellis goes, I just want vanilla, please. Thank you. And he hands it to her. And then Alba just looks and she's like, I want every flavor there is. Can you just give me some of everything? And he goes, no, that's impossible, man, but I'll get you some of a little bit. And he like kind of just like does like one like dollop of like every flavor into a cup. And there's like some interesting combinations in there. I can't think of any right now, but just imagine there is. Just you're all imaginative enough to. And she, eats it up, and both of them have the stickiest of faces after this. And then he turns to the rest of you and goes, okay, is there anything else I can get for you guys?
Is there a coffee machine behind the counter?
Yes, there is.
Scott is reading Crystal's mind. She would also look for coffee, please.
Oh, do any of you guys want coffee? I could get you guys some coffee. Some of the adults can have some coffee here.
I'll take a rainbow sherbet.
Okay, perfect. I'll do you want just one scoop? Do you want a double scoop of that? Do you want a triple scoop of that? Do you want a scoop of that with something else? What do you want?
I'll just go with the one scoop for now.
Okay, perfect. And he gives you kind of like an extra large scoop of it and just hands it to you. Says, is there anything else I can get for y'all?
I'll just have one scoop of vanilla ice cream with a shot of espresso on it, please.
Okay, perfect. And he gets you the scoop of ice cream, gets a little cup of espresso, some like probably some chilled espresso. I don't know if Sam doesn't drink coffee. She doesn't know if you can chill espresso, but
You can, it just tastes awful.
okay, that it's.
But the vanilla ice cream will make it a little better.
There you go. Yeah, whatever. If you want it hot, it can be
it's
hot.
It's gonna be American coffee, isn't it? Yeah.
Ooh, it is. But before we discuss coffee flavors, can Talia continuously crack jokes about Scott being vanilla for 5 minutes?
I'm sure as he's getting everybody's ice cream, he's cracking all the jokes.
Oh, good. I have a proxy.
And Carmen will go up and just say, I would just like a cup of coffee and some napkins, if you don't mind.
Yeah. What type of coffee did you want?
Actually, a double shot of espresso sounds perfect right now.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, I could get that for you. And he goes and gets it. And I didn't hear the second thing you asked for. I'm sorry.
Just napkins. If there's a napkin dispenser, she's just gonna take it and go over to both of the little girls and just kind of try to clean their faces off.
Yeah, I'm sure she probably pulls out like a water bottle and pours some water on a napkin and has to rub a little too hard, right? And so their faces are a little red because they were so sticky.
Yeah.
But yeah, you could, yeah. So okay, is that all for you? Did you want anything, ma'am? As he gestures to Crystal.
For me, just a latte and a scoop of mint chocolate ice cream, if you have it.
Of course we have that, ma'am. That's like one of our most requested ice creams. Did you want a single scoop, a double scoop, or a triple scoop? Or did you want a scoop of it with something else?
Single one is totally fine, thank you.
Okay, perfect. And he gets you a single scoop. And can you make me a spot hidden check?
God.
As he hands this to you, you notice a little wink from him too. And
Why
as
is
he-
everyone flirting with me in this town? She would ignore it, just like thank you, and turn around.
Uh, you're welcome. Is there anything else I can get for any of you guys?
No, I think this covers it. If everyone's quite done ordering.
Perfect. If there's anything else you guys need or anything you guys want, you guys are welcome to sit it here. Here's the little ice cream bar, and there is like a little like bar with like the kind of like the bar stools that have the like foamish tops, like some you would see in like a 50, if you've ever been to like a 50s diner or something, like one of those, like very, very stereotypical ice cream parlor type of thing.
The kind where if you're wearing shorts on a summer day, your butt half sticks to them.
Yep.
I know those.
Exactly those. And so, yeah. So you guys are he just says you guys are welcome to stay here. You guys can eat it, whatever you want. And he hands you back your credit card, Talia, after he swipes it and everything.
My credit card. Mm-hmm. Yep, thanks.
So do you guys stay or do you go?
For me, it depends on what the creepy little girls are doing, because I'm, like...
They're just looking at you guys. They're just like...
I would say let's sit here, eat the ice cream peace and quiet, and you girls can run off, and we go back to doing adult stuff.
Okay, well, can we get another ice cream first, please?
How many ice
Sure
cream
thing.
they have?
Sure thing, girls. Pick whatever you want.
And so they take their order of ice cream, and they're eating it next to you guys. And all of a sudden, Ellis just goes, "Oh no." And she looks at Alba as Alba goes, "Uh-oh. Oh no. Oh no."
What, do you guys need to go to the bathroom? There's got to be one in here somewhere.
And you see they both start getting older, and they grow taller and start to, like, their appearance starts to get a little bit older as they both kind of morph a little bit, like 7, 8. It starts off gradual and then gets a little bit faster as they get into like a junior high age, where you see, you know, the most change, and then a high school age. And as they're in their teenage years, you see as Ellis's hands turn from being sticky with ice cream to dripping with blood. And as this happens, you see, as this happens, you hear a scream in the distance. Can you all roll me a sanity check, please?
This is some crazy horror stuff.
This is awesome. Can I re-roll mine, please? I know I can't use luck. But I can
Didn't you-
re-roll, right?
Didn't you use your reroll earlier for the psychology?
No, I used 4.
Can I use
reroll it?
choose to fail this?
I would.
Character-wise, I think
You can always choose to automatically fail a check. That's fine. Like, you don't have to spend a reroll or anything. You can, if you tell me you want to fail a check, I will not get in the way of you failing a check.
So kind and giving.
I know. I also think that Carmen might be frozen.
Yeah, it looks like, and I would use my reroll as well.
Yes, join me on the re-roll train.
Nope.
Go back.
It definitely says I'm losing sanity this time.
And I don't have any rerolls because I had to help Scott.
Oh yeah, you had to help Scott discover my embarrassing, even more childhood than currently child me nickname. Yo, no. You deserve this!
So I believe then that is okay, Scott. So that's gonna be Carmen and Crystal that both failed, right? Did I or did I'm sorry. Oh, also Loinel failed. Okay. Correct? Okay, perfect. So I would like each of you, oh no, not 78, to take 3 sanity damage.
78 would be horrible.
Yeah, no, I accidentally hit both of those.
Thank you very much to Anik, who bought a tank top, saying that kids are creepy, but not as creepy as Lionel.
I mean, true.
It's food. You'll be fine.
Sorry, I had to. I was buying a tank top anyway, and it asks if you want a shout out.
You might as well. Yeah, and so you guys, the 3 of you that took the sanity damage, you're really shook up about this, like, and what do you guys do next?
As we're standing next to the aged girls whose hands are covered in blood?
Just one.
Just one. Just Ellis.
Just Ellis.
Just Ellis. I don't know, I think it's just so cool. I go, Ellis? Ellis, should you be having ice cream if this is what happens?
And she seems to not hear you. She seems to be in shock, just kind of looking at her hands.
Shit, I didn't realize she was lactose intolerant.
I know, right? This is taking it way too far. Can I slap her?
You can try.
Yes. Oh god, that's an unarmed thing, right? Because I don't have. Yep. What could go wrong? It worked real well last time. Karma. Karma.
As you slap her, she falls down to the ground.
Shit, Talia? What'd you do that for? She's just a kid.
No, she isn't. Look at her. Look at her and look at her hands. She needs to snap out of this and tell us what's going on. Same way you need to snap out of half the things you do. Alice! Alice! Come on! Stay with us!
You know, you took her damn jaw off. She's probably unconscious.
Oh, please. I don't hit as hard as you do. I'm just a small girl myself. Wait, actually, how tall is she?
How tall is she? Probably like 5'5".
Okay, I'm a slightly less small girl than she is, but still.
Hey, 5'5" at 7?
No, she
turned into a teenager.
Oh, she kept aging. Sorry, I thought she stopped at 7.
No, sorry. No, she went
I did not bitch slap a 7-year-old.
Is it that unreasonable to think that Talia did that?
To be perfectly fair, if there was a creepy ghost girl with blood-covered hands looking like she was a 7-year-old, I would still bitch slap her. But in this particular case, I did not bitch slap a 7-year-old.
I feel like that's raid crime material, but we really can't use that.
Out of context, this might go a bit
I'm just trying to help you guys. I just need answers.
Are you alright, Alice? Try to help her.
She seems like, even though she just got slapped and fell to the ground, she's on the ground, kind of like on all fours, and is kind of just hunched over. Really?
Sorry. I'm so sorry. Yeah.
How else am I supposed to describe that?
It's just age appropriate how she's behaving. Remember, Talia, 17.
Sorry,
I
what?
was gonna say,
I missed it.
Meet my inner 17-year-old.
Because I said she's on all fours, and so
I see.
and so she's hunched over, and she's and
Breathing
you can
heavily.
yes, and you can see tears coming out of her eyes and
Same.
dripping down onto the ground. And she doesn't seem to hear you guys.
Just to distract from what is happening there, can Crystal take Alba's, just like her hand, just checking if Alba is reacting to her? Alba, you okay?
Yeah. I'm fine, Miss. I'm fine, Miss Crystal.
You said, "Oh no." Has this happened before?
I mean, yeah. Sometimes this happens. I don't really know what's going on, but I think we should go. Come on, Alice. Let's go.
Before Ellis goes, Scott, thinking that he might be this girl's dad, is definitely going to kneel down and try and just be like, Ellis, are you okay?
She
Like,
kind of,
definitely stepping in front of Talia, giving Talia a bit of a look as well, like, what the fuck?
Wait, are they still children or are they teenagers still?
they're teenagers still.
Okay.
And Ellis kind of collapses into you, Scott, as this happens. And is just crying in your like right in your arms, essentially. And you can see where she had her hands before are two perfect handprints in blood.
I'll just stroke the back of her head, I guess, and try and comfort her. What happened?
Are you petting Elba or Alice?
Ellis?
Oh.
And she kind of wipes the tears away and says, I need to go. And her and Alba walk out.
Wait, Ellis, we can't help you if we don't know what's going on.
And she's gone.
To be fair, in the seance you said you didn't need help. Is there blood on Scott right now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wherever her hands kind of touched, there's blood. And she didn't it's probably like a couple spots on his back, right? Because when you're crying into somebody, when you're like wrapping your arms around them, right?
But didn't we see her covered in blood twice? So is Scott now covered in Mark's blood or in Lionel's blood? Or in someone else's blood? Ugh.
We don't know.
Ugh.
Can Crystal look around for the
I don't know. I'm just glad I slapped her.
the ice cream maker? Is he still there? How is he reacting to what happened?
He's still behind the counter, and he doesn't seem to have really noticed at all. He was like kind of polishing up the counters and stuff, waiting like while you guys were eating, and he still seems to be polishing and just kind of minding his own business. It didn't seem to faze him at all.
Scott, Did you pick her up and pet her because you felt you ought to? Or because you felt eternal?
I get a sense of familiarity when I look at her. I guess kind of similar to that purse. The girl came and said I looked like her daddy. Got the same tattoos and everything. Now, if I had a brother, they sure as hell weren't in the same battalion as me. And I'm fairly sure that... Actually, I'm not, but I'm fairly sure I would have noticed if another Smith was in the records a generation above, so I don't think we're brother and sister, but... I think I might maybe be her daddy even if I'm not her daddy yet. Does that even make sense?
Oh, you've seen time be weird.
Right?
So...
What'd you go slap her for?
I needed her to snap out of this whole bloody hands.
Didn't you hear her say that her ma was mean?
Sure,
Probably-
I also heard her say to Lionel, "Why did you make me do this?" I also saw her in an alleyway standing over his corpse. I also saw her with a knife walking into the freezer where we found Oliver's corpse. I also saw her in a room where she sat down carrying a book Crystal
I've
now has we
seen
can't see. We've seen a lot of
bullets-
things from her.
And I've seen bullets pass through her.
And yet, this time I could slap her, so what's changed?
What I'm saying is, Talia, if she can choose when she's corporeal or things like that, and she can definitely kill people, and if she's suffering from some kind of PTSD, we probably really don't want to make her think that we're not helping her.
I've offered help in 3 different ages, and she's never taken me up on it. What does she want?
Maybe a bit of time? It can take a long time for people to open up.
Technically, we met her in 2010. That's a lot of time.
Constant support. You need to see a therapist regularly.
Oh lord, am I gonna be stuck in this town for 18 years while you take her to therapy once a week?
No.
Because I might hang myself.
Talia, I had to go through some therapy as well. You
Yeah,
can't just
same.
expect her to just open up just like that. Especially if she was suffering from abuse.
I'm sorry, are you suggesting you're gonna go find her again, regardless of what age she is, introduce yourself as her daddy, and take her to the creepy Dr. Smith who has a pocket universe his...
No.
I'm a little lost at what you're saying.
We can just be there for her. We might not be therapists, but we can just give her something to rely on.
For how long?
Until she trusts us?
I'm gonna die here. Of old age and sadness.
Well, you might definitely gonna die here if she decides to kill you.
It'll be faster than waiting. Oh. I will turn to the other adults in the room. So what's the plan, gang? What are we doing?
Crystal,
For clarity,
go first.
I was gonna say for clarity, are they still with us or did they leave? Because I know that they said that they wanted to, but did they actually leave?
They left.
Okay.
Crystal would get up, get some napkins, and would try to wipe the floor clean and leave some blood on one of the napkins and pocket it.
Did you want to pocket it without anybody seeing, or do you not care?
I don't care.
Okay.
Kind of want to change her clothes, but if we go back out to the woods, we'll probably just get lost again.
Can light
You're
one
gonna
up
have one of my tank tops?
to the door to see where see if he can see what direction they're going in.
You assume they went to the library as they said they were going to do. You can see them walk off and they kind of disappear around the corner in the direction of the library.
Well, they said they were going to the library next. I mean, we could always see if that's where they actually went. Bloat or no bloat, I guess.
If Scott's her daddy, how can Lionel be her stalker? Time-wise.
And if Lionel was her stalker, why didn't she react more strongly to him?
Why do y'all keep saying I'm a stalker? I don't stalk.
No, you
Well,
just have to
whatever
cross signals.
situation. But she seemed to be more now focused on Scott instead of Lionel. But originally there was problems with Lionel first before Scott even felt like he knew who she was.
Yeah, but during the seance, she focused on you.
I don't even know if it was her.
True.
It didn't appear to be. And she barely seems like she knows what's going on with herself, let alone any intimate information on my end. So I don't think it would be her posing as Oliver. That was definitely Oliver's spirit. I'm pretty determined to believe that, at least, but that was so weird. What is going on? And the fact that Scott has the same tattoos and the same name and looks like her father is just really weird. I think it's the weirdest part about all of this, considering that he has no recollection of what's going on or who she is. And Elba just seems to be going along with everything, so I don't even know if she's real or if she's some sort of...
I wonder if her no-no moods are the time she suddenly changes age.
Has the time changed here when she changed? Are we still in the same time?
Pulling out the phone, if it's there, and checking time and date.
Yeah, so seems like a normal amount of time has passed.
I have to admit, Talia's starting to wonder if, apart from this being fascinating and it being great that people are willing to let her play along with all these spirits and are just be like, yeah, no, sure, go do a seance. She's starting to wonder if Talia and Crystal split off from the other three, if maybe then Crystal and her will be fine. Because so far, and nothing ties in Crystal and Talia, so I think Talia's gonna go over to Aunt Crystal and sort of go, do you feel like it's about them and not us? Do you think maybe if we split up abruptly or distinctly enough, we could leave? You've left. Maybe we can leave. Maybe this isn't about anything about us.
But we got caught in a time loop.
After we met Carmen and Lionel.
True. You want to leave them with the problem.
Are we helping them with the problem?
I honestly don't know.
Or are we making it worse? Maybe they'd have a better shot at this without us.
I'm not so sure about it.
Are you having this conversation in our earshot?
We moved away a bit. I'm not sure. I don't know how much attention you're paying.
I probably would speak to Carmen or something once you guys are away. No, okay, carry on.
Thanks. I'm just saying, I don't know if our presence is aiding them. And I don't know what we're doing here. Other than getting caught in the crosshairs.
you kind of helped with the seals, at least to get some kind of information. And
Any amateur can run a seance.
but the girl is also appearing in front of us. We see her. We have talked to her.
I think I've only ever seen her when I was with one of the other three. Or more than one of the other three.
True.
I mean, Carmen saw her when she was alone in the bathroom. That did not happen to me.
Well, if you want, we can give it a try. We can say we will check out the hotel to see if we have clothes, because honestly, it would be nice to wear something fresh. And
Amen.
A, look if a train is going, and B, just take a walk and see where it leads.
I'm good with just taking a walk.
Okay.
Also, in case other people are trying to listen, we would be perfectly happy having this conversation not in English.
Yeah.
Scott would probably pull Carmen aside if she'd be willing. 2 seconds, Lorna. I just need to have a quick chat with Carmen.
Sure thing.
Everything okay?
Yeah, no, everything's fine, but... Look, the thing focused on you during that seance... Oh, bit of feedback there. You know, when it came back to the butcher shop... I think I believe that I might be her daddy, even if I'm not a daddy yet. Just wanted to check in.
Yeah, if I'm being honest, I'm quite confused and distrusting of this entire situation, even though now we're supposed to be okay with trusting Loinel because I got some sort of answer from some sort of spirit that claimed to be my ex-lover. So yeah,
Wait a
I'm
minute.
doing...
Oh, sorry, I wasn't really paying attention during the seance. I was too busy trying not to think of Satan. You were contacted by your ex-lover? Not E?
No, there was a piece of paper that formed in my hand, and on the back was a note. He used my pet name and said that I could ask 3 questions, and if they were yes or no questions, I would ask him, and then it magically appeared, but the answers were there. I asked 3 questions, and then it erupted into green flame.
See, now, I was okay because I was looking at Ellis, and I was kind of looking at you, and just, you know, just seeing if there were any similarities, and there weren't. I was kind of worried that maybe if you were contacted by someone who was definitely not me, then you know. Did I just reveal my hand a bit there?
Yeah, perhaps. But no, I mean, I understand the logic. You supposedly fathering a child you have no recollection of fathering is a bit heavy, and you want answers, and I can understand that.
Well, this is the thing. I'm just trying to pull things together, because if I'm supposed to have a child, I mean, I've only really known 2 women in that way, and that's you and Talia. Kinda.
Talia? What do you mean, Talia? She's just a kid.
What? She's 21.
Oh, wow. She's way better than we give her credit for. She's gonna hate me for saying this, but to save you from a whole lot of maybe weird questioning, Talia's like 17. Scott.
What?
Kid. Yeah. I saw she had a bunch of fake IDs a while back when I first met up with her and Crystal took them from her, and they exchanged this sort of back and forth, and I kind of got from the situation that she was like 17, maybe even 18 at the very, very most. She's a kid, Scott. Why would that make any sense?
What the? She told me she was 21.
Oh, and you believed her?
Well, she looks like she's about 21, and she was like hugging me and stuff. I thought she was much older.
Fair. Okay, so fair. I'll give her that, but just
Carmen,
don't make a
I
big
showed
deal
her
out
my
of it because I don't want
tattoos.
her to be mad at me, but this is... I feel like this was not my conversation to have, but all right.
I showed her all of
and
my
I'm just gonna-
tattoos, Carmen. All of them.
Oh, okay. She's gonna pat him on the shoulder and just be like, I'm not sure how to fix that problem, because no offense, but that might be the longest one down on our list.
Yeah, well, yeah, okay. Yeah, no, you're right.
But,
Okay, no.
but
I can
while moving
compartmentalize.
forward,
Mm-hmm.
While moving forward, it's something you should keep in mind, especially if we have to question every single route of existence we've ever had. Because at this point, I've also been questioning the own child that I know that I have and gave birth to. So, yeah. I don't know.
And look, I know this. We're past the point of having weird conversations now, right? So this is gonna
so
sound.
far past.
Carmen, your ex-lover is nothing like me, right?
No.
Good.
I mean, facially a little bit similar, but he didn't have one tattoo. He had a birthmark on his neck, and that was basically as marked up as the guy got. He was pretty straight-laced, to be honest. I don't ever think I could see him go hunting either, so yeah, I'd say you're pretty opposite of what he was. That's why I didn't try to put that sort of line of thinking together, but now you've got me questioning if I even had a child, or even if I did, was it a girl instead of a boy? So
I don't remember having a child at all. I mean, I know there's a lot of holes in my past, but
maybe we're all just missing one giant hole that links it all together, and that's what we're trying to figure out now. I was talking to Talia earlier, and I feel like we're all just one tiny, minuscule part away from being like, aha, and realizing what this all means and what we're all doing here and what the point of these creepy girls are that now transformed into semi-adults, which is still way beyond my mental capacity at the moment. But I was also talking about the fact that Crystal and Talia really don't have any connection to this. I mean, you were questioning maybe Talia's the mother to your child you don't know you have, but at this point, that's not a convincing enough theory for me to go upon.
She didn't even look similar either. I was having a real close look whilst we all were working earlier.
Yeah, and Crystal hasn't come up once. If anything, she's helped the party more than steer us in any negative direction or had anything negative really happen to her.
God, thank God for those two. Can you imagine if we tried to do any of this occult stuff without those two?
I don't even think it would have been brought up.
Right?
I mean, I did ask Talia, I don't know, a couple days ago at this point, if we can still count days. But yeah, I mean, it didn't even come up until she kind of mentioned that she was involved. I thought maybe that had a whole link, but I was left with, once again, more questions than answers when it came to dealing with that. So I'm really not sure what direction we need to go in. I don't even know up from down, basically, at this moment. What do you think we should do? What do you think the next step is?
They said they needed help, right? But wait a minute. That was your ex-lover you were speaking to, not E?
See, there was a small problem with the second question. I kind of asked two in one and was first told no and then told yes. So I don't know if that was in relation to the partial question I asked or if that was related to E, because I asked if she was keeping us here. Originally it said no, and then it scratched it out and said yes after I had sort of asked if Oliver was the one keeping us here. So at this point, I don't know what to trust, if I should even believe that Oliver's spirit is good and that's why he visited me or if it was evil and trying to trick us. I don't know.
The truth is, I don't know what to do next. But look, we've said all the things we wanted to say privately, haven't we?
Maybe we just need to all sit down and figure out if anything in our past could have linked up. Locations, people, anything. I mean, I feel like maybe another conversation to try to dive deeper into what we can remember about our own past might be in order. I mean, if you, me, and Loinel all have some sort of connection with this little girl, there's got to be something going on. And I mean, Crystal and Talia have to tie into it somehow. And that whole carnival thing in 2010 and being in California, that was, I feel like for that to happen, it had to have some sort of stronger meaning. And we haven't really talked about it too much since it all happened. Everything's been kind of moving fast.
Yeah. Come on, let's regroup and start talking past of everyone.
Yeah, let's definitely do that.
Sorry if this conversation was weird.
No, not at all. It helps. I've been kind of in my own head since everything happened a while ago, so I appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you. I'm always around if you want to talk.
And so am I. I don't think we're going anywhere anytime soon, unfortunately, so I'm definitely around.
Yeah, I've got a word or two to say to Talia as well, but I might just check in with Crystal first.
Yeah, I'm so sorry about that, and I know I'll have to pay for that eventually, so hopefully my head doesn't explode because Talia does some voodoo.
Oh, hell.
With that, the room again gets black. And as you all roll your eyes because why the hell is this happening again? You are back at the carnival. And it's a bright, sunny day. The crowd is bustling. The rides are going. You hear little children screaming as they go on the roller coasters. And that is where we're going to end today's session.
I don't want it.
Oh, this is great. This gives Aniek a week to plan what Talia is going to do to Cameron.
Oh no!
Oh, yes.
Hey, you don't know that yet.
No, I don't know that yet.
No!
I can't believe you're so jealous of my connection with Scott. You tell me out that way, Carmen. You are
No,
going
she's
down.
such a
You are
child.
going down.
Well, if Scott is good and talks to Crystal first, you might never know.
I'm just glad that everyone trusts Lionel now.
Oh, that's a really confusing thing to say, Vicky. That's very confusing.
Oh yeah, because Crystal is by far the most trustworthy.
I am very trustworthy, excuse me?
Hey, she trusts Lionel, so she's good in my book.
Sign of a good game when you say that's where we're going to end and the cast immediately starts arguing with each other about their characters. Well, everyone, we will continue this argument in the Discord. We'd love it if you joined us there. The bot is currently spamming you all with... except I didn't type... that's the command. I typed the wrong command for a second there. I nearly typed !spot, which would have done nothing. But yeah, we will be over in the Discord where we'll talk about all of this wonderful stuff. Thank you all so much for tuning in. We'll be back next week at the same time for more Completely Normal. I'm very keen to get back and have more of these weird fucking conversations. And we'll also be back in 2 hours for Doors of Dunera, Alice's campaign. I'm just going to go check Alice is okay because she was a little bit ill in the night. But hopefully she'll be okay and Doors of Dunera will be running as normal. So thank you very much, everyone. Keep on evoking emotions. And until next time, see you later. Bye.